All right, time to finish off with rapid reaction. A lot of topics, a little bit of time. Let's go, Jay.
All right, here we go. The Washington football team has released running back Adrian Peterson after 2 seasons and 1,940 rushing yards. Is this the end for AP, or do you see another team scooping him up?
The fire sale on running backs lately. No, I do expect no team to scoop him up. I mean, he's still been very, very productive on the back half of his career. Jacksonville should, but we're tanking, so we're not. But I'll say New England. I think New England was in the running for Fournette, and without Fournette, I think they still need another back in that stable. So I could see him going there. Why not? Clemson football coach Dabo Swinney says he doesn't want the College Football Playoff Committee to wait around for the Big Ten and Pac-12 if they start their seasons late. Do you agree?
Oh yeah, I agree. I think we talked about this Tuesday. These teams have to start off in some form or fashion, kind of at the same time. We don't need to have the ACC, SEC, and Big 12 starting in a couple of weeks or whatever. And we can't be waiting on this team to start while we're eating Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, it's just not going to cut it. And oh, by the way, we got to talk to producer about putting the Pac-12 in these questions. Oh, I see they did it again. Speaking of the Pac-12, they will soon be able to provide student athletes with daily coronavirus testing. And Conference Commissioner Larry Scott says that will allow the Pac-12 to consider resuming athletic competition before the new year. What a bold timeline, wouldn't you say?
I wouldn't say that much of anything they do is very bold. But, hey, we're getting steps in the right direction, and that's very important. If nothing else, right, if nothing else, the Big 12 and the Pac-12 and the Big 10, they can have like a little NAT style, like end of the year, like playoff, like on their own. That'd be pretty droll, right? I mean,
that's fine.
That's what we're going for. So I guess if they don't want to get started sooner than later. On Wednesday, Villanova's Jay Wright says he is not a candidate for the Philadelphia 76ers job and is happy and honored to coach at Villanova. What do you think of that statement?
Yeah, I completely agree with him. I think I told you this a couple of days ago. I know Jay Wright's been linked to this team basically because of geographic proportions, because Villanova is in Philadelphia. But I mean, if I'm Jay Wright, I got a great job. I'm contending every year for national titles. And I know Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are tempting, but I don't want no part of that because they clearly don't. They don't work together as far as I'm concerned. It was a little surprised that Memphis Grizzlies point guard John Morant won Rookie of the Year. I did find it a little surprising, however, that Miami's Kendrick Nunn was second instead of New Orleans phenom Zion Williamson. What'd you make of that?
Well, it really comes down to your availability. Zion, he showed up late. He was in bubble wrap when he did start to play. Then the season got canked. So I think if Zion would have been able to finish to keep the momentum up through the season, like let's say it never got shut down, I think he would have probably finished second in Rookie of the Year. But you can't give out that award on a handful of games. And he just didn't have the sample size that Morant or even Nunn did. And both those guys contributed on, almost playoff teams. Well, Zion and the Pelicans couldn't do anything in the bubble, and they went home. So that is what it is there. Boston Red Sox slugger J.D. Martinez says the shorthanded MLB season is making him have second thoughts about opting out of his contract and entering free agency. What would you do if you were him?
I would get out of Boston. I really would. I would forego that player option, even though he hasn't had a very good season so far. But I would get out of Boston and rely on my prior success, and I would try to convince teams that this season so far has been an anomaly. But I would get out of Boston. I mean, they're a disaster right now, and rightfully so. They want to trade away MVPs and such. The Patriots have named Cam Newton their starting quarterback, and his teammates have voted him one of their team captains. Your thoughts?
I can't believe Jared Stidham lost that job. I don't know what he did. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not surprised at all. We know Cam Newton's leader, and I think we are underselling, to me anyway, the year he might have in New England. I expect big things from him, and I think he's going to surprise a whole lot of people, and the Patriots machine it marches on. It just relentlessly stomps forward and might be in for the same thing again this year. Cowboys have released safety HaHa Clinton Dix. Does that make sense to you?
It does if they're trying to go after Earl Thomas. Oh, by the way, still one of the best names in football, period. Los Angeles Clippers forward Montrezl Harrell was named the sixth man of the year, besting OKC's Dennis Schroeder and his teammate Williams. Did the NBA get this right?
It's kind of a toss-up to me. I know Lou Williams has won it before, and Schroeder, he does suffer a little bit from playing in OKC where people aren't watching as much, but he did have a pretty good year overall. So it does make some sense that Harrell won it. I feel like these awards sometimes are just kind of given out like, oh, you won it this year, we'll give this other guy this year. Like the same players come up often from year to year. So let's just hope for the Clippers' sake that he starts playing like it in the playoffs soon, because it's been a little shaky so far. Last one, Padres and Athletics tomorrow afternoon in Oakland. Who you got?
All about the pitching matchup in this one for me. Chris Paddock for the Padres, Sean Manaea for the A's. I'll take Paddock, and I'll take the Padres.
All right, like lose today's drink of wisdom. I'm Cody Ward.
And I'm Jay Wise. And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. We'll see you next time.